In that poem we read today, you want to eliminate the first 21.
Oh, okay, got it.
Because Mike said something about me doing reviews, poetic reviews, I thought I would start with a review of, briefly, it's not a finished work, but it's a book called The Moon Before Morning by W.S. Merwin, who is about 90 years old right now. He's, the eminence grise. So these are poems of praise and acceptance of a satisfactory but incomplete life, when every dawn is a sweet surprise and every sunset is loaded with small satisfactions. I remember his reading at Penn State more than 50 years ago. I had 2 of his early books, lost during one of my frequent moves. The Shadows of Sirius, which was the book before this one, didn't work for me as much as it did for other people. This book, The Moon Before Morning, splendid, delightful. I can smile and nod in agreement as I read. Age has not diminished his imagination. There are quiet paradoxes, savoring daily life, the pleasures of leaves underfoot, and that's all I got. I also use lines from poets as epigrams. So I guess this is what stimulated this thing. This epigram says, "She was already who she was," W.S. Merwin. My voyage of discovery, an unpredictable adventure. Who she is, a morning of anticipation, an evening of re-examination. Not back and forth, not sideways, just slow movement forward, always deeper into her embrace. Property rights. I wanted to own myself, my romances, my home runs. So I went down to the copyright office and was greeted with stares and snickers and obtuse explanations. We danced around the issue for a while, the clerk and I, his arguments repeated without enthusiasm, until he announced there was no law to cover this. So I became a law unto myself. Cutting down on my reading time now.
Okay. Trying to control.
Only 3 claps.
We went to different high schools, so it took a while to get a game going. Finally, around 4 o'clock, someone started throwing a ball, and we chose sides, 3 or 4 on each team, the street too narrow to allow more. We cursed quietly at cars when they interrupted play. We're obsequious, yes sir, certainly officer, to the police who warned us about playing in the street, where dim lights marked the goal lines. So by 5 o'clock, the middle of our field was barely lit, and the ball a heavy shadow. Still, we played on in the deepening dark, while mothers waited with warm dinners. Some rules. Never divide by one. When walking, keep your hands in your pockets. It follows that your clothes must have pockets, or the proceeding is nonsense. A barber is less busy on a rainy day. Do not waste time puzzling over infinity. If you think you are in love, think twice. Then think again. No matter how small, you can still drown in your fish tank. A necktie is only good for a hanging. Of course. There is no incorrect way to eat peas. Kiss your wife hello, never goodbye. If you look in a mirror and see no shadows, you are not paying attention. Learn how to appreciate the trivial. Nighttime is the right time. Luck makes one lazy, erases self-esteem. Stop, look, listen. 2 out of 3 is acceptable.